All right. It's
Ready.
recording. Don't say anything you shouldn't. This is being recorded. Good morning. Well, good afternoon for those on the East Coast. For those everywhere else, good morning. Happy Friday. I'm still letting people in, so if I get distracted by my doorbell ringing, I get a doorbell ring every time someone wants to come in. But thank you. Welcome to the Let's Chat Friday afternoon, Labor Day weekend. This is going to be a very, very open Q&A forum. I'm going to cover about two things right now and do some very, very light housekeeping. And then this is going to be led by you, the people. So I want to make sure we get all the questions, comments, concerns out there. I want to do a little product demo for everybody on our new Let's Lingo, which is the name of our new direct-to-consumer product. Dean, if you could, I know you're on. Dean or Drew, if you could put the link in the chat for people to sign up for their free trial of Let's Lingo to add it onto their computers. Any of you guys can do that. You should have also got an email or are getting an email with that. Are you able to do that, Dean, Drew? I know you're both on. See you.
Yes, I'm on it. I got you.
All right, so it'll be coming to a chat in the chat soon for everybody to see. And so for those of you who don't know and are new to the call, new to the team, LetzChat is a AI-powered language translation tool. We are a tech company. We are a SaaS company. And what we do is live and real-time language translations and innovations. All of our products cross 104 languages and 100 dialects. Everything is live and in real time with the ability to be fully dynamic. And what that means is when we sit on platforms like websites or apps or TV broadcasts, we control information. We can translate information as it comes across our screen. Whereas most other translation companies or services like a Google Translate is static. So you could type something in, hit translate, it comes out in the other language, right? You copy and paste and now you have the translation. How LetzChat operates is you never have to do that. We just sit on platforms, we sit on websites, we sit on broadcasts, we sit on apps, and we just automatically translate everything based on the user's language. So we can automatically detect what language the user wants to engage content in, and we automatically live and in real time translate that content for them. And for everybody on this call as an agent or reseller, seller of LetzChat, it is you don't need to be tech savvy. You don't need to understand what an API is or any of those code words. All you need to know is that we do live and real time language translations, and our products are applicable to every business and person in the world. We have no barriers. We're global. We can work on any platform. We can work on any browser, any system, any person's computer. It doesn't matter. As long as they have some form of internet connectivity, LetzChat can operate. With that being said, did you put it in the chat yet, Dean? There it is.
Right there.
In the chat. If you're a better agent and you want to try what I'm about to show you, it's a free. There's a free trial. You could try it 5 days, and other than that, then we're going to let you guys use it unlimited. Let you use Let's Lingo unlimited for basically $20 a month. So that service normally starts at $25 a month plus usage, and you know we're seeing usage average a few thousand page views a month on average. So the average bill on the average spend on having Let's Lingo is a few $100 a month, and we're going to give it to all better agents for $19.99 a month, which includes all 104 languages and unlimited access to translation tools. So feel free to click on the link, sign up. It's a 5-day trial. You can try it, use it. Really exciting, and I'm about to show you it right now. So hopefully everybody can share my screen because I'm going to share the entire screen. And can everybody see my screen? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thanks. All right, so everyone seen this website before? This is the better website. Does everyone see that? right? It is in English. This is also how you submit a lead for LetzChat through Better. This is the LetzChat page inside of Better. And just for a refresher, this is how easy it is to submit business or opportunities. This is the LetzChat page. If you want to get started, it takes you down to I'm ready. And this is all you do. The name of the business, the website, if they have one, what needs that they want, right? They want which one of our products, one or all or many of our products, the name of the contact, the phone number of the contact, and their email address. And then you hit submit, and that's it. And then you automatically get a email. Let me see if I could find one. Welcome. You automatically get an email. Welcome to LetzChat. Sorry, I'm pulling it up. It's on a different browser here. Please bear with me. As soon as you got it, move out of the way. I'm going to see if you guys can. Oh, it's making me sign in. I'm sorry. Apologize. I don't know what the password is. Anyway, can't do it. I'll save that for later. Anyway, when you do this, you immediately get an email, and so does the client that says, "Welcome to LetzChat," and let us know what services you want. We'd love to set up a call. Here's some more information on our products and services. Yada yada. Right. So that's how easy it is to submit business with us. It's just like a lot of the other platforms that are on Better. Same as ERC. I just need a name and contact info and the business name, and we're off and running. So that being said, what if you try to submit business in? What if they don't speak English? Right, that's where LetzChat comes into play. And I'm going to live demo our new tool. So I have LetzLingo on my computer. And what LetzLingo does is it allows me, let's say the person is a Japanese speaker. So now my device language is in Japanese. That was in English, now it's in Japanese. So what does that mean? That means no matter where I am in the world, everything I view and every website I go to will now be in Japanese because of LetzChat, right? Because of LetzLingo, which is our new product. And so the power of that is, imagine you have a business owned by a Japanese person who speaks no English, and you want them to get going with LetzChat, and you want them to fill out this information. They're not going to be able to read it or see it or understand it. And so if I was to refresh this and pretend I was a Japanese speaker, this would automatically be now in Japanese. As you can see, the whole website is automatically live and in real time in Japanese. So all the information, all the content, everything I wanted to do, and let's say I wanted to go to the Better site again. It'll take a second here to load because I'm sharing my screen. Boom, now the entire Better website is in Japanese. So if you're trying to recruit people and you're trying to bring people to Better that don't speak English as a first language or don't speak English at all, there's no problem now, right? Have LetzLingo on your computer, and when you demo or when you onboard them, when you share the screen about it, you can do it all in their language, just like that, right? And so look, if I was to go as a Japanese speaker and I wanted to I'm a Japanese business owner and I want to click here, right? I click to go to this screen and I get to sign up, boom. Now everything here is in Japanese, right? For those of you who don't know, that says, oh, I clicked the wrong thing. Sorry, I'm trigger happy today, apparently. Right? That says business name in Japanese. That says website in Japanese. For those of you who fluently read Japanese like I don't, right? Here's all of our products in Japanese. Here's the phone number. I don't know. I don't read Japanese, right? Anyway, that's the power of Better. All right, who wants to give a LetzChat. Who wants to give me a website? Someone speak out a website.
mgmgrand.com.
Sounds like Drew.
That's me.
mgmgrand.com. Give it a second. It's still loading. Boom. There you go. They're not a client of LetzChat. We don't sit on their website, but because I have LetzChat on my computer, I can now engage and go through the whole site in my language. All the drop-down boxes. I don't know where I'm clicking. Every time I go to a new page, it'll automatically load in Japanese. So I can now shop. I can experience. I can get more information in my language. And I use Japanese because it's cool to look at. Some things will stay in English unless we're integrated. Some of this is on a third-party picture. When we get into brands and content, right? Like image names will always stay true. But that's the power of our product. So all of this stuff will stay, but the brand names, right? The Delano, the Bellagio, all this would always stay true to the name of the true brands.
Excuse me, you keep switching back and forth between LetzChat and LetzLingo, and I can't figure out which is which and which is one and which is the other.
So LetzLingo is this specific product. LetzChat is the whole company. Sorry. LetzLingo is this specific product. My apologies, Peter. I always say LetzChat. This is LetzLingo is one of our products. Does that make sense?
So you've been talking about LetzLingo all this time and not LetzChat.
Yeah, yes and yes. So yes, this specific product is LetzLingo. So LetzLingo is the product that sits on your computer, on your own desktop, that can go on everyone's computer. Yes, I've been talking about LetzLingo, correct.
Okay,
LetzChat is the company. I apologize. I'm sorry.
Okay, you said LetzChat a number of times, and that got me confused.
Sorry. LetzChat is the name of our company. LetzLingo is the name of this specific product.
Hey, Kyle, question for you. Is that $20 a month commissionable to the field for team builders or no?
Yes.
That's the right answer, buddy.
Yes. You will get commission on that. And then if there's, again, even if with other businesses, right, if you put LetzLingo on a person's website and they're, it's $25 a month to not the field, right? That's going out into the world. If you have a friend who speaks Japanese and you add LetzLingo to their web browser and they start using it and they click around and they end up with 100 translated page views over the course of the month, right? That adds on top of it. So we're only charging 1 penny per page load, right? So if they had 1,000 translated page views, if they had 1,000 translated page views throughout a month, it would cost them $10. So we've made it very, very cheap for anybody to have this product. It's $25 a month for the flat fee, and then it's a penny a page load, which is dirt cheap. And what we normally charge when our product is integrated into a website is we charge 25 cents a page load. But we're only charging people, and we only charge individuals 1 penny a page load, and we charge better agents $0 a page load. So that's how it sets up. Yes, go ahead. Whoever has a question. Yes.
Please unconfuse me. LetzChat is the company that I'm aware of.
Yes.
What is the difference between LetzChat operationally and LetzLingo?
LetzLingo is one of our products. We have 10 products under LetzChat.
Okay.
So our products include website translation. Our products include Unite, which is our communication tool. Our products include document translation. Our products include audio, video, subtitling, video dubbing. Our products include, I said document already. So any form of translation tools, right, that we can add to a business is all under LetzChat. Does that make sense?
So not yet. So if I've introduced LetzChat to my church that has over 53 languages in the church.
Yes.
What is it that I'm communicating with them about? LetzLingo or LetzChat?
No, LetzLingo, and I apologize if I just confused everybody. Let me take a step back.
Mm-hmm.
LetzLingo is a new product we just launched that is for individuals to use as a direct-to-consumer product. Let's Lingo is not for businesses. Let's Lingo is for people. This is a product that can sit on your computer or anyone on this call's computer to where I can translate any website in the world into my language, right? That is one separate product. All the other products that we offer are products and services that we would offer to your church depending on what they want. So if they want our website translation tool, if they have an app, if they have documents, if they have video, if they have broadcast that they want translated, all of that is also tools that fall under LetzChat. We just call those tools what they are. They don't have their own product name.
Okay, so if we're gonna give that to the church, we'll have to customize a package for them.
Absolutely.
Okay, hold that thought. When we as agents purchase that $20 Let's Lingo,
Yes.
and we are able to translate our own laptop or what have you,
Yes.
with the appropriate language, how do we use that to communicate with our client?
So how you would use LetzChat, Let's Lingo, how you would use Let's Lingo is when it sits on your computer. What's the name of your church?
Corpus Christi.
Yep.
And they're in Stone Mountain, Georgia.
Corpus Christi Church,
Mm-hmm.
Stone Mountain, Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. So I'm going to show you exactly how I would do it with your church, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I would use it mostly. There's two ways to use Let's Lingo if you're a better agent, okay?
Mm-hmm.
One way is if English isn't your first language and you want to be able to view other websites around anything, any content, any website in a different language, right? The second way to use Let's Lingo is for demonstration purposes.
Mm-hmm.
So Corpus Christi Church is not a client of ours right now, correct?
Right.
I would want them, oh, I already translated their page. Whoops. I would want them, when I tell them about our product and services and said, hey, we can automatically translate your website, they're going to say, well, what does that look like? Right? And so I'm going to share my screen again. So this should be Corpus Christi Catholic Church. Is that correct?
Yes.
So here's their website.
Mm-hmm.
Correct? And so it's in English and everything is in English. Does everybody see this? Because I have Let's Lingo on my computer, I have the ability, if I change my computer language, it'll change the language of this website.
Mm-hmm.
So if I go to settings and I'll go to German, and now I go to, so now my device is in German. So the internet thinks I speak German.
Right.
Then if I go to Corpus Christi's website and refresh it, their site will automatically now be in German.
Right.
So that is because Let's Lingo sits on my computer.
Right.
But all of their delegation doesn't have Let's Lingo.
Right.
So if they find value in having their website in German, for instance, they can just add LetzChat to their own website behind the scenes, right? And this can automatically sit on their website without me having to do anything, without me having to have Let's Lingo on my computer.
But here's where I'm confused. If they have 53 languages in the church, how do the congregants use the website to their advantage to understand what's being said during Mass?
That is a great question. So how LetzChat, right, as a company, our main patent is behind, we call it device ID. So we have the ability to detect the end user's device language.
Right.
So because my computer I set to German, their website automatically populates in German.
Correct.
But at the same time, if somebody else's if their computer was in Spanish or French or Italian or Chinese, and they went to the website would automatically populate in that person's language.
Right.
So once our website tool is put onto a company's website or a church's website, that website is now available in 104 languages and 100 dialects to whoever wants to come view the website.
So my question would be, if it translates 104 languages and we have 53 different languages in the church, how do they parcel it out to the congregants who need to hear the mass in their own language? They would have to purchase so many licenses, and those are the only individuals who could use it, or how does that work?
Even better, and that is a great question, and that is the power of LetzChat. They have to do absolutely nothing. Once we are on their website or in their broadcasts, or once our products are installed in their system, it automatically is available in 104 languages and 100 dialects all the time. So
can you clarify the distinction between things that are written and things that are spoken, because they're not the same thing?
Yeah, so again, if it's from a text standpoint, so if it's on a website or on an app or there's a transcript, we can live in real time translate that communication. If it's on a video, if it's a broadcast, we would sit as a plug-in to that broadcast system, and as they're broadcasting live, users would have the ability to listen in their language.
But she's asking about someone sitting in church listening to it in a foreign language. Is that what work in that context?
Yeah, physically I cannot picture what's happening. So help me here, please. I don't mean to take up the entire meeting, but
no, this is the whole point of this. This is a good question.
Right, the church has it on their website because they have purchased whatever it is they need to purchase. I speak Igbo, for example, but the church speaks English to these congregants. Yes. So I speak Igbo and I'm sitting in church, or there's a broadcast and I want to hear it in my language. Perfect. But I don't have the software on my phone or my device. What do I do?
Good question, and thank you for clarifying. So when you're in person, right, what we would do with us in this situation is on the back of every chair in front of you in church, right? Or we'd have the ability for people in the congregation to scan a QR code. That QR code would auto-populate a LetzChat page that is connected to the church.
Right.
Those people in the congregation, what they would have to do is they would have to bring their own earpieces, their own headsets, their own AirPods, whatever. They would link that to their phone. And as the pastor or minister or whoever is speaking, they will be able to live hear it audibly in their ear in their language.
I got it. I like that.
Wow, that's incredible.
And understand, it's the same process for broadcast, for any of this. We would sit between the speaker and the patrons.
Okay, so let's think about Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi has a password that gives access. Do you have a password that gives access to that scanned website, or anybody can have access to it?
Anybody, we can do it either way. We can set it up to be password protected, or we can set it up to just be accessible in the church or anywhere in the world.
But it makes sense to have password, in my opinion, because you're paying for it. You don't want everybody to be using it and charging you for it if you don't want anybody to have access.
So let me clarify that. What I want to say is the answer to that is actually it's not. We would charge the same no matter how many listeners. All we charge is for one account.
Okay.
They could have 1,000 people listening in different languages, and we would only still be charging. If you had one person or 1,000 people, it's the same price.
Unlimited access.
Correct.
Okay, got it. So then why would individuals pay if they can have global access to this one code?
And here's why. So why would an individual pay is because, yes, so let's say your church has LetzChat products, and let's say they have LetzChat products installed in their service, right? In their whole congregation, in their presentation, in the broadcast on their website, right? And you got to listen to the broadcast in your language.
Right.
The church is covering that cost. But the second you leave your church and you go home and you go to adidas.com and want to go shopping, or you go to, abetterlife.com and want to check your commissions, or you want to go to, whatever, your healthcare, and you want to check the status of your medication. Those would only still be available in English unless LetzLingo was installed on your personal computer.
Yeah, but then for the broadcast, you're in a foreign country. They're broadcasting here in English and you're in Nigeria, but you want to listen in Igbo.
Yes.
So you're going to have access.
You can do that.
Then I'm confused still. I'm
So
confused.
LetzChat, understand, LetzChat would sit on the whole entire platform that the church has. We sit on there.
Uh-huh.
We will translate all of their content, whether it's their website, whether it's their broadcast, or whether it's their live sermon. We will translate that automatically live and in real time in 104 languages and 100 dialects.
Mm-hmm.
You can consume that content from anywhere in the world. So you could be listening from in the church, or in Africa, or in Japan, or in Antarctica, as long as you have the ability to connect to the internet and listen. It doesn't matter where you're sitting, you will be able to listen to that congregation in your language.
I appreciate that, but you just said if I left to go somewhere else, I wouldn't have access anymore, and that confused me.
If you left to go to a different company, the reason why you have LetzLingo is LetzLingo follows you everywhere you go as a person, as an individual.
Mm-hmm.
So if you left your church and you wanted to go order food from a restaurant, that restaurant might not have LetzChat on their menu board.
Mm-hmm.
So their menu is only available in English.
But the scan code that you have for the website for the church, wouldn't that follow you?
That is for the church. That is only if the church has it on their system.
Kyle?
Okay, I'm gonna leave that there for now. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Uh-huh.
I have a question about using this on Telegram, where I'm looking at things like in Ukrainian and Russian following the Ukraine war, and I have several channels that are in either Russian or Ukrainian, and so there's text, but then also some of them have videos as part of their message. Would this work to translate both the orally for the videos and visually for the text into English?
Yeah, so you're talking about like the subtitle text on the bottom of the screen?
No, I'm talking about, are you familiar with Telegram?
Nope.
Oh, that's a big problem.
Kyle, it's a messaging app. It's a separate messaging app, and we're not integrated with that.
It's a separate messaging app.
Yeah, kind of like a WhatsApp, essentially.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so we would have to integrate with Telegram for all their content to be available. We would have to be integrated with Telegram.
And Telegram is very popular worldwide, so you might want to look into that.
Or you might want to look into it. You're the agent that sells it.
Well, how can I modify LetzChat to work on it? I don't understand why you're saying it's on me.
To Telegram as a potential customer and say, hey, I have a really innovative technology that would benefit your platform.
I have no idea how to get in touch with Telegram as a company. I just use the app.
Okay, we can look into that.
Kyle, so the question I think he's asking is if we have LetzLingo on our phone and we go to an app where there's content on the app, will we see that content in whatever language we choose if you're not integrated with that app, but we have LetzLingo on our computer? So if he's got LetzLingo on his computer or his phone, and he goes to the Telegram app, and let's say he wants it in Spanish, will everything in Telegram be transcribed to Spanish for him, or he wants it in Russian? Or if it's in Russian and he has English, will it transcribe the Russian text to English text?
Great question. Thank you for clarifying that. And sorry if I misunderstood your question, Peter. So understand an app and a website are two separate things, right? If if I have LetzLingo on my computer and I can go to any website, right? Even if I went to a news website, Fox News, CNN, you pick it, all of that content, yes, would be translated into my language. Is Telegram, Peter, answer me this, is Telegram an app on your phone or is it a website you go to?
It's an app, it's an app on my computer.
So as an app, right, the answer is no. We would have to be installed in any app. So if there's an app on your phone or your computer, right, that is separate and away from a web browser, right, then it would not work that way because we would have to be integrated with the app itself. And I think I can better explain this for everybody to understand. Does everybody know or understand Facebook? Right? So if I go to Facebook app on my phone, it will not translate. If I pull up the Facebook app on my phone, there will not translate. But if I went to the Facebook website, right, facebook.com on my web browser, it would translate. Does that make sense? Here, and I'll show you.
And will the audio translate also on the website? Videos, stuff like that? Will that translate if you have videos on the website?
The answer to that, Nick, is it depends. This is very technical. It depends on where the audio is pulling from. If the audio, most of the time, I would say majority of the time, the answer is no, because the audio is coming from a third party or the video is a third party video or audio that is embedded into the site. If that is the case, which is usually the case, we would have to be integrated with that video or third party content provider that is separate from the website. And so here, let me show everybody. If I was to, I'm going to share my screen, and this is a very good example. So thank you guys for bringing this up. Let me know when you guys can see this. Does everyone see? It's just a blank page.
Yep.
So
Yes.
if I go to facebook.com, it's in English, right? Everyone see this is in English? I'm not logged in. But if I was to go to Japanese, because I have Let's Lingo on my computer, everything would be in Japanese. Do you see that?
Yes.
So because this is a web-based platform, this is their website, facebook.com. On their website, everything would be in Japanese. If I log in, everything would be in Japanese, right? Even if I go to email, I'm going to stop presenting because I don't want you guys to read my emails. And if you can speak Japanese, you're going to be able to see this.
Kyle, that was one of my questions. Can you write emails in the language with Let's Lingo? Can I communicate with other people right in that language?
So yes, but that's not because of Let's Lingo. That's because of our email translation tool that you would add to your email.
The email reply. Okay, got it. That's all I need to know. Thank you.
So I am letting my website, this load so that you guys, no one can see my emails. They're top secret. But so I'm going to show you guys, this is really cool. So I just opened my Gmail. I'm going to reshare this. So again, if I have Gmail as an app on my phone, right? We would not be able to translate the app on my phone. But because Gmail on my computer is a web-based product, my Let's Lingo, and Joe, this might answer your question. If you guys can see this, now all of my emails are in Japanese.
Perfect. And then I can reply to those, obviously, and make sure I'm sending the right thing and using that same language with the email generator.
Yeah. So if I compose an email, it would still be in English, right? Oh, that's not English, right? Hello. You guys can see it. Hey, Joe, oh, it is translating. It is translating. How are you? That's funny. Hey, Joe, how are you? I wonder. Wow, hold on a second. I might have just shot myself in the foot on that one, Joe.
Okay.
It's translating
Your signature stamp, I see that, but it's writing in English, right?
It's still loading though.
Okay.
I wrote it in English, but so you see, if this was on my phone, like if it was the app, it wouldn't work because I'm not integrated with the Gmail app, right? An app and a website are separate, but because this is the website, oh, look at that.
Yeah, so that's what I was asking. So I can communicate with the Let's Lingo through email like Outlook. Gmail on my computer, not on the app on the phone though, because it's two separate, different, it's not technical API.
I will tell you something. I just found something out new.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Holy goodness.
Yeah, I'll just leave it at that. Thank you.
I'm going to email it to myself and see if the Japanese test. I don't even know if I didn't even know we could. I will tell you.
I know what you're doing now. If you can email to yourself and if your computer's set in English, if you get it in English from Japanese. That's.
Yep. So I just sent myself a Japanese email and it came onto my device in Japanese, and it gives me the opportunity to translate into English if I want.
That's awesome.
Holy Jesus. Well, I just learned something new.
I got a question.
Holy jeez. Drew and Dean, did you guys just see that?
Yeah, definitely just saw that. That's wild.
I don't know if we knew that we could do that.
I don't think we did. I didn't know about it personally.
Holy
That's huge for marketing, but yeah, thanks. I got to jump off, guys. You've been great.
Wow. Hey, I have some groundbreaking news for everybody. If you have Let's Lingo on your web browser, it'll automatically write and translate any email you want into any language, and you can send it in that language. Just throwing it out there.
Can you give the overview of everything that LetzChat has so we put this into, the context?
Yeah. I can do that. I'm sorry. I'm just like.
And the overview might actually answer the question I have, so I'll wait till after the overview.
Yeah, I'm going to pull up the one pager here. I'm going to actually just pull up the pricing sheet, John.
Mm-hmm.
And that way I can go over everything with everybody on an MSRP standpoint. Okay. Open. Sorry for the background noise. I have construction going on at my house. And here we go. Share this. Holy crow. Sorry, I just blew my own mind by that. This is why we have these sessions. Oh.
Well, if we're out and we want to market Let's Lingo to somebody, is that a standalone product that we can market as a better rep to any individual?
Absolutely.
And is that $25 a month compared to our $20 a month cost, or?
Yeah, so Let's Lingo to the end customer is $25 a month plus a penny a page load. To better agents, it's $19.99 a month with no page load charge.
I got you. Thank you.
All right, so, and let me pull up one more thing. Oh my goodness, we need to have, Drew, we have a call today, right? Drew, Dean, we have a call, an internal call after this?
Yes, sir.
Yes, we do.
Yep.
Holy gosh. We might have to extend that for an hour or two.
I was just texting the team about it, by the way.
All right, so first off, can everybody see my screen?
Yeah.
Yep.
This is the LetzChat website. If you create a username, you can create a username. You have access to all of our tools. You can self-service yourself for your accounts. You can upload images, documents. You can add websites. You can do voice dubbing. You can upload a file, and you have the Unite product. You have this all access if you create an account with LetzChat.com, right? So it's all self-service. And here's how it works. So that being said, I'm going to go, the reason I'm doing that, I'm going to toggle back and forth. So the LetzChat Speakeasy is what you guys would call Google Translate, right? It sits here on the LetzChat portal. It's the same as Google Translate. I want to translate something into Spanish. Good morning. How are you? Boom. And then it populates over here into Spanish. right? And if I want to do it in French, it goes to French, et cetera, right? So this is a free product and service to everybody. We are about 20% more accurate than Google Translate. This is LetzChat Speak Easy. All you have to do is create an account with LetzChat and you have access to our Google Translate. You can put a whole 5,000 word document in here and it's a free translation.
What a marvelous way to teach yourself a language.
Correct. You can teach yourself a language or 5 languages at once, just clicking back and forth, right? So the LetzChat API. So what the API is an API is, if you really want to know exactly what it is, what does API stand for? Let me say it right. What does API, I don't know.
I think it's application programming interface.
Yes, that's the correct word. So application programming interface is what API. What that means is that is just the piece of software that LetzChat has that we just give to another company or an app to sit on their process, right? So my example before of like the Facebook website versus the Facebook app or versus the, what was the site the guy was just talking about? That Peter, what was the?
MGM.
What?
Telegram.
Telegram, yes. So for Telegram to have LetzChat, they would need our API. So they would have to take our API and put it on their software platform for LetzChat to operate inside of Telegram. Does that make sense? So that is what an API is. That works when we do for, that works for applications. That works for like if we were to sit on a kiosk or think about like a touch screen at like an airport or a drive-through or a bank. When you do those touch screens, we can sit on all of those systems as an API and we just automatically run as part of their program. That same API is also what sits when we do broadcast. So when we do broadcast or anything that is a live video feed, so whether it's on cable TV or whether it's on a live video feed on a website or a webcast, our API would sit inside of that process and we would translate all the broadcast feed that runs through our API. Does that make sense? DocuTranslate is right here on the portal. It is for documents. If you had a Word document or a PowerPoint or Excel, you upload it into here, into English, or it automatically detect. You translate, decide what you want to translate it to, and then you can download it in your language, and that is 11 cents per word. Industry average is around 15 cents per word, and that usually goes up with different languages. Where we are one flat rate across all languages. We don't dictate harder, easier languages. It's all the same for us. Subtitle Pro. Subtitling is the closed captioning that you see at the bottom of the screen, right? So whether it's a TV or even like a Zoom call or a chat or whatever, any live video feed that has the text that translates or talks about what I'm saying, that text feed is called subtitling or closed captioning, and we do $2.50 per minute per language that we offer those services in. SRT generator is the same thing. SRT just sits on, it's essentially Subtitle Pro, but for cable TV. Don't have to worry about that from a technical standpoint. It's the same thing. Image Translate is $5 per month. So if you have right here, an image that you want to put up there that has text inside of the image. So even if you took a picture of a sign and you uploaded it, it would be able to translate the whole sign for you, right? It would translate the words that are on it if it was in a different language. So that's pretty cool technology. Voice.
This is LetzChat, not LetzLingo, right?
This is all LetzChat. Yeah. So LetzLingo would be another product that would be on this list.
But so it's 11 cents a word for DocuTranslate. That's extraordinarily expensive.
That is cheaper. That is about 50% cheaper than the industry average across any language.
No, but a 1,000-word document would be
$111.
Yeah, that's extremely expensive for that's not a very long. But when you were showing this thing side by side, is that DocuTranslate or something else?
When I was showing what side by side?
You were showing you were writing on the left and it was translating on the right.
No, that's free. This is free. This is a free service.
Okay.
This is the so understand the document translate. If Peter, if you had a 20-page legal document and you
I see where you're going. Yes, for the kind of things that people hire out to be translators for.
Yeah.
Cheaper than they cost. Yep. Okay. I get
you
it.
would send to like human translators that charge 20 to 35 cents a word. We do it for 11 cents a word.
Yep. Got it. Thank you.
So that's not for your average. Hey, how do I, I want to even, I want to just type some out real quick and, whatever, translate it. Like if you would use Google Translate for something, that's not what you would do DocuTranslate for. Right? We have that. This is the LetzChat Speakeasy. That's a free product. Does that make sense?
Yes, thanks. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Yeah. So just to echo what Peter just said, everybody, the DocuTranslate is for like contracts and legal documents and anything, medical documents that need professional translation services. You can send them to a human certified translator that usually charge anywhere from 15 to 50 cents per word per language. And it also takes hours, if not days, if not weeks for you to get those documents back. We do that whole entire service at 11 cents a word and it's pretty much instant. You can send us a 500-page document and we could have it translated within five minutes. So that's that service. Just to clarify, VoiceOver Pro is for video dubbing. So what a VoiceOver Pro would be is if you guys sent in a video of the podcast that Jeff just put up on the Better site, Jeff speaking for 20 minutes, we would be able to completely dub his voice and make it so it sounds like him with AI voice matching and voice cloning, and it would sound like him speaking, but it would all be in Spanish or French or German or Italian. And so we would be able to, we voice clone somebody speaking in a video, and it could be multiple speakers like a broadcast or an NFL game or whatnot, a sporting event, a conference, a convention, a demo video, a training video. We would take that and put that speaker in any other language in their voice. Male, female, high pitch, low pitch, it doesn't matter. We can do that all day. And that is $14.99 per minute per language. The email generator tool is basically Chat GPT automatically installed into your email. We own the technology on that product. We call it email reply generator or email GPT, whatever you want to call it. It's $25 a month, and we auto respond to all of your emails, as well as we can translate those as well. The Zoom Subtitle Pro is if you have a Zoom Pro account, you can add LetzChat to your Zoom, and we can translate. Like, for instance, if I was speaking right now in English on this presentation, it could be translated for subtitled in your language as you're listening in. So you could be able to see me speaking, and as I speak in English, it comes across your screen in Spanish or French or any other languages. The website translation tool, this is the plugin that website translation tool, just to be clear, is essentially the same thing as LetzLingo, except the website translation tool is what we sell to businesses. So the website translation tool goes into a business's website, but it does the same thing as LetzLingo in terms of it translates their whole website, except the website translation tool that we have is only specifically for that website we're working with, whereas LetzLingo is a consumer-facing product. Does that make sense to everybody?
Yes.
So for the instance earlier, the Corpus Christi Church, they would be buying the website translation tool to put on their specific website, right? It wouldn't work with anybody else but their website. So do not confuse the two. LetzLingo would sit on my computer and I could view their website in my language, right? So again, the LetzLingo is a separate product for consumers. All of these products on here are applicable to go directly to the business. And then the LetzChat Unite, which is the last product, that is our presentation tool. So that is when somebody wants to speak. The example is, again, going back to the Corpus Christi Church example, where the congregation all wants to listen into my language, right? So I could be speaking at church and everybody in the congregation would be listening into the speech in their language. That is our LetzChat Unite product. right? So I'm going to leave this up, and what questions do we have on that?
I have 2 questions.
Yes.
First of all, where can we actually see the pricing after we do the free sign up? I did the free sign up while you were telling us the pricing.
Great question. All of the pricing is in the Better back office. So in your Better Income dashboard, it has all of the marketing tools, pricing tools, and training tools under LetzChat. So if you click on the button that says,
I'm not in the back office, but I understand what you're saying because I remember seeing it.
Go Better. Actually, let me find it here. Well, I want to find it so I can show everybody exactly.
Yeah, show everyone else.
Where Better. I could spell better without a.
I was actually talking to Esmeralda about that this week. Without any.
So here we're in Better. We're in Better Income, right? Does everyone see? Is my screen being shared?
Yep.
Yep.
So this is Better Income, right? Again, if the link right here is my referral for LetzChat, and then if we go to products and you go to LetzChat, right? Everything is on here. Getting started with LetzChat, marketing materials, everything is right here under the LetzChat page. So if you go to marketing materials, everyone can see what I'm doing here?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Right? LetzChat key clients, the one-pagers, the instant website translation, SMS, all this. And then if we go here, everything should be in here. Marketing materials, tool pricing plans are right here. Here's all the pricing plans in there. Everything is under getting started with LetzChat. Does everybody see this? Because this is important.
Yes.
Well, I can't see you guys anymore. I clicked back to the screen.
Could you go back to where you started?
I would love to go back to where I started. Where I started in terms of what?
In terms of having the pricing on the screen, I think is what he means.
I started in New York, born and raised. That's where all began. So you're talking about this page here. All right, so everyone sees the Better homepage?
Yes.
Yes.
So if you go up here on the your Better Income homepage, and you go to products, and you go to LetzChat. Click on LetzChat, and it comes to our LetzChat page inside of Better. In this page, it's right here under marketing materials. If you haven't done the Getting Started with LetzChat, it's great. It walks you through all of our products and services with demo videos and explanation. So if you have questions on specific products, you can watch Getting Started with LetzChat. If you haven't, if you've got all that down and you just want the pricing and all this, you click marketing material, it opens up a new page. And this is just a pop-up. People are still
Perfect, thank you.
So all of this, here's everything with LetzChat. And again, this is just a pop-up, but if you get here under the Getting Started with LetzChat is everything. So there's demos, there's video, there's the compensation, there's all of our old webinars and training, there's pricing, there's the referral partner presentation. It's all in here. And then these are videos Getting Started with LetzChat and the compensation and product deep dive. All of those questions are answered right in here.
Kyle?
Yes.
May I assume if my church gets this software that it would cost them that 97 something per month plus the API tool, or they don't need the API tool?
So it depends. So to answer that question specifically for this situation, they would need the Let's Unite would be the in-person tool where the people in the congregation can listen. Does that make sense?
Yes.
If people outside of the congregation wanted to listen in their language from all over the world, then yes, they would also have to add the API to their broadcast.
Okay.
Hopefully that sounds like you got it. It makes sense, better sense now, right?
Yeah, so we're talking about $125 unlimited access per month.
Correct. Give or take. Yeah, it would depend on how many hours of broadcast content would be with the API, because the API is based off of usage per minute. But yeah, so it depends on that. But give or take in that ballpark. Yes.
Okay, and all right, I think that's good. Thank you.
Yes.
My other question was relating to, actually, it's a two-part question. First part is for the website translation, which I think was, what, $24.99?
Yes.
Is that per year or per month?
So the website translation tool that a business would install in their own website, it's $24.99 a month for that is the service fee. And then they get charged as a business per translated page. So if people come to their site in other languages, they get charged every time someone views their website in another language.
Okay, so I'm trying to understand how that would, is that the 2% per page load, basically?
The price of that ranges based on the volume of the website. Our retail price, our main price is $25 plus 25 cents a page load, a translated page load. Okay. That is our MSRP price, but within that, we have volume breaks based off how, right, if someone's going
if they get 1,000 a day, it'll go down significantly.
Of course, correct. That price is just our MSRP price listed. When we get into in-depth conversations with businesses, the price always will come down based on the volume, right?
Understood. My other question there is, will the plugin work? So I do mostly WordPress websites, and one of the business owners who I have a website for is a realtor.
Yes.
We have an MLS plugin. He's US based. Will it translate everything that the MLS plugin puts on the page as well?
Absolutely, live and in real time.
Okay, perfect.
Up to the minute. And so up to the second, and we're already rolling that out with a few big real estate companies internally. And Steve Manley is rolling out. We're rolling out with some big real estate companies right now for their agents to have it on their individual sites. And it's really cool. So to that point, two really big industries that we're really getting a lot of traction in is real estate and the auto industry. So car dealerships is the same thing, right? Where any car that is posted, right? Car buy, sell, there's new cars every day. There's new details. There's new descriptions. We will automatically be translating all of those product descriptions and everything of every vehicle, of every house, of every listing, live and in real time. So yes, really great, really huge value add for both of those industries.
Wonderful, thank you.
John Pastor had a question. Go ahead. And if you got a question, just put just ding your hand up. You could do a virtual hand. Go ahead, John.
Okay, so I have an association, and the association has many businesses in it, and I'm there to help all of those.
Yes.
How do I communicate with you, or how do I take and get a discount for them on what they add in themselves? Is there a way to do a group discount for any member of that organization?
Yeah, they're saying kind of like, hey, I have 20 websites. I don't want to be paying $25 for 20 websites. Like, what's my packet, a group rate?
It would be individuals that would buy it, not the association. It would be the business or not-for-profit that was there that would use it.
Yeah, we would set up. So for example, when we're working with car dealerships or real estate agents, right? So when we go to a real estate company that has like 1,000 agents, we work a deal with them and say, hey, if all your agents want to use this, we're going to lower the price by 50%, right? So that they all get a huge discount. So yes, we have bulk pricing, volume pricing, multiple user pricing. Absolutely. You would just get with Drew or Dean or Adam on our team, and we would get on a call with them and just see what they want to do, how many actual users and how much volume they're doing. And we would work out a price to get them all on board.
Yeah, this would be more, they would make it available to members. And so it would be each individual. Is there a different?
Yeah, it would sit on their platform for all of their members to have access to at this rate, right? At a discounted rate kind of deal?
No,
like a marketplace?
They're members, they provide information to this group. This group as a group comprises many, many, many businesses,
Yes.
you structure a deal that is offered to all of those businesses at a low, you can. All right.
Yes, we would absolutely do that. We would set it up and we would set them up either as, we would just sit on their marketplace as a discount, or we would set them up as a reseller.
Okay. All right.
Whatever they would want to do. If they want to upsell it to their members, then they can do that. If not, then we would just list it, figure out a price that they would want to list it at for their members to use it.
And if the members wanted to use different aspects of it, how can you present it with what you have that it's more automated so they can do it so you're not involved with each and every one of them?
We would do a presentation. So we would get all the members on a call and we would come on and do a presentation to all of them. They could ask their questions similar to this. Drew and Dean would be able to present to all of them and answer all their questions and get them all set up.
Okay. All right. Thanks.
Yes. You're welcome. Nick, you're alive. You're hot.
Yes. Yeah. When I think of translation, I think of the United Nations. I took a tour as a kid, and they said, I think they listened in with their, earphones or whatever. Did they have human translators, and is that what they still have now? When I think of translation in all those different countries, I think United Nations. I wonder how they handle it now when a world leader speaks and you have all those countries there.
That's a great question. And so our LetzChat Unite product is exactly what that is, right? So our Unite product, think of United Nations, right? One person could be speaking in their language and everybody in the congregation can be listening in their language, right? Our Unite product does that without human translators. So we do that through all AI, through voice matching and machine learning. Our whole system does that automatically. But we do have the ability when it comes to like legal and medical documents or phone calls or chat bots, we also have in-house human certified translators that can either verify or proofread all of that. If there's any legal documentation or anything like that, we do work with human certified translators as well to make sure that our accuracy on those translations is at 100%. So we do both, but our main focus is the AI can get us to 99% accuracy across the board.
Okay. Thanks.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yes. Thank you.
Rob, you had a question, or did you unquestion?
I think I got it answered. Dean and Drew were answering it for Jimmy, but basically when you have a phone call, you need translated, it's going to be the lingo. Is that going to be the tool of choice to translate just a simple phone call?
Nope, that would be the API plugin. So Let's Lingo is only a web-based application. Let's Lingo is just for websites, nothing else.
Gotcha.
So for a phone call, we would have to, like when we work with hospitals and the nurses they have a patient who doesn't speak English and they need to talk to them. They call into LetzChat and they speak through our phone line to translate that conversation to the patient. That's through the API. That is an API plugin for phone calls and voice.
So I'm confused. So like we have a call next week that needs to be translated into Arabic.
Yes.
So you have an English speaker on one end and an Arabic speaker on the other. What tool do I use? How do I do it?
So where's the call being hosted?
Garden Grove, California.
No, I'm saying like, are you just calling them on your cell phone?
Yeah, it would be a cell phone call.
So we have a call line that you would call into, and that call line would host the call between you and that end customer or that end person.
Okay.
It has to run through our system. And the reason why I mean hosted, like, so when we work with hospitals have their own phone system. So we just put our API on their phone system. And so when a patient wants to talk to a nurse or back and forth, they can just pick up the phone and call in, versus before they would have to call a third-party service, try to find a human translator that's available in their language, get them onto the line. And I know Peter said that 11 cents a word is expensive. Human translators in hospital charge $5 to $15 per minute to talk to patients.
Yeah.
So we do it across all 104 languages at about $1 a minute. And we're, significantly cheaper and we're immediate. So you pick up the phone and you could just start talking. You don't need to wait to find a human translator to do it.
So what would an alternative be? Like use Zoom or something like that?
Like have a call with that person?
Yeah, to have the conversation via Zoom, would that be an alternative to it?
You would use our Unite product.
Okay, that's what I was trying.
The Unite product, you would set up as a user on your end, and you would send them a link to come into the Unite, and you guys would have a conversation over Unite through your computer or through your phone.
Gotcha.
Essentially, Unite is that product and service. We advertise it as a presentation tool because essentially that's what you're doing, right? It's a two-way presentation tool. It's really a one-to-one or one-to-many conversation tool.
Got it.
The biggest use has been presentations, but for that situation, yes, you could just have the communication over Unite through your computer or through your phone.
Okay.
Curious question, Kyle.
Yes.
Do you guys have a marketing strategy for universities and schools in general?
Yes. And we are finishing that up. We are rolling that out because this Let's Lingo product is a massive, massive ad for schools. And here's why for everybody on the call who's still paying attention, and we're over. So if you guys have to jump, I understand. So schools in the US, they get their school funding based on test scores, right? School funding comes from test scores, and test scores come from their students being able to pass certain tests. Well, in today's world, I think it's over 30% of students in the U.S. that are high school or below, so primary school students, don't speak English. You see it a lot in the inner cities, in diverse cities like New York and Chicago and L.A. Those students who don't speak English have no way to take and pass tests, right, and exams and learn and educate themselves, so that they don't pass tests and course, and then the school also doesn't get funding. So we just had a mega call this week with a company that does a lot of that, and they want to add Let's Lingo to all of their schools' computers so that any student in the classroom can go on to that computer, select their language, and now all of their interactions throughout the day are in their language.
You may want to investigate the DOE system because they do have translation services in many languages, but I don't know if they have it at the student level.
Yes, then they don't, right? They don't have that ability. So yes, if anybody out here, if you want the easiest sell in LetzChat history, go to your local school district and say, how do you guys offer language services? How do your students who don't speak English take tests and learn and pay attention? Because I have a product that could solve that tomorrow and at $25 a month, right?
Okay.
Brandon Beauvais, question.
No, real quick, I just wanted to say something because Nick brought it up and you mentioned the word diplomacy, right?
Yes.
Just wanted to let everybody know out there that we are able to do business with the government as well.
Yes.
We are registered within SAM, so if you have any government agencies that you have connections with, you can contact me and I'll do what I can to help you get, the contract off the ground. And again, I just want to piggyback off what you said real quick too, Kyle.
Yes.
Because people don't realize this, and I just put it on the chat. People might not have seen it, but 20% of our population, 20% of the adults in the United States speak another language at home.
Yep.
So we're talking about 50 million people here that could use this product in some way, shape, or form. So I'm just throwing it out there. There's a lot of people that could utilize this.
Yes, it's good. And yeah, sorry, Brandon. I know I told you I would mention that earlier on the call. Any government contract guys, Brandon spent 20 years in the Coast Guard doing government bid and government contracting. So government, local, state, municipalities, school bids, RFPs, state and the federal level, all of that reach out to Brandon Beauvais, and he will help you get those deals across the finish line for government opportunities. Jimmy, you're up. Jimmy, your hand's raised. Did you mean to raise your hand? No? Anybody?
Sorry. I forgot I had my husband's name on there.
Oh, sorry, Jimmy.
No, I was gonna ask, I think you kind of answered about the hospital. So I was gonna ask, say for my personal, Facebook, I have videos and postings. Which I guess service would I use, so the end user can translate in their language, so they can see my stuff in their language, I guess.
You're on your site?
Yeah, on my own personal site.
So that would be our website translation tool. So you would add we have one line of code. You would add that to your website, and then any end user that visits your website, they can view your site in their language.
Okay. And then, the other one.
And if you can put your own website into the order form, right? So you can go to Better, enter your own website and say, I want website translation tool, all that. We'll email you all the info on how to get set up and how to add it to your site. And then it takes 30 seconds.
Okay. And then for the language, because I know he kind of answered it, but then somebody else wrote something else that the end user needs a web browser. So if I were to be to have a call, the actual call live conversation, is that possible? Say if I sell Medicare or something. Huh?
You want to have a live phone call with somebody else who doesn't speak English?
Yes.
That would be through the LetzChat Unite product. It would be a phone call, but it would be a web-based phone call. So it would be you'd be calling them through the internet.
Okay. So if we wanted to set up an appointment, say for a Medicare thing, and it's somebody that, doesn't speak, then I would call through there and speak to them too.
You would send them a link and say, click here. It's like getting on a Zoom call, but it's through Unite. There's no video aspect, but you would be able to talk to them as well as you speak to them. It also transcribes the conversation. So not only will they they'll hear it audibly, it'll also transcribe. So if I'm speaking English and you speak Spanish, you would hear me in Spanish as well as it would write out in Spanish in text right underneath you.
Okay.
You would speak back to me in Spanish and I would hear you in English and it would type out what you're saying in English.
And I would just need to have that on my end, the United, to talk to
you would just
customers.
need one Unite account to do that, and you could host that with as many people as you want.
And how about for say a customer service, say I call say Target and the same issue, I'm calling them, who would need it?
That would be an API plugin into the Target call center. So we would have to sit on a Target call center so that all of their agents would be able to speak all of our languages, as well as we could sit on their chat bot for customer service. You know how those websites have the little chat that pops us?
Yeah.
That's a question. We can sit right on that too. So where I could type a question in Japanese and they could get it in English. They type back to me in English and I get it in Japanese.
Okay.
Kyle, because we can make phone calls through Facebook, is there anything we could do to be able to communicate in the different languages from Facebook, or we have to have a website of our own?
I can say, I will tell you, we are having that conversation. That is a conversation that is being had with the management company of Facebook. But that has to be added on their end, not on the end user.
Okay.
Joanna, and then back to Nick.
Yes, so any plans for American Sign Language translation? Do you have that now, or is that something you might have in the future?
I want to say we have it. I have to talk to Jordan about that. I know we do something with American Sign Language. I'm not sure what it is. I have to talk with Jordan because we're working on some ADA compliance stuff. So I will get back to you on that. If you could shoot us an email, Joanna, better@letschat.com. I'll put the support email in there. Just shoot me that email just so I can remember, better@letschat.com. I just typed it in there. That way, if you have any questions, I'll get that answered to you directly, just as a reminder to make sure we follow up with you on that.
Perfect. Great.
I know we're working on it because of some stuff we're doing with the Olympics and some stuff we're doing with some of these big sports entities. So we're working on that.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I appreciate all your time. I got to hop off.
You're welcome. Thanks. Last 3 questions, and then I'm leaving too because I'm 20 minutes late to another call. We got Nick, we got Karen, and then we got Jimmy again, even though it's not Jimmy. So Nick, did you have another question, or is your hand still raised?
Yeah, just want to be clear with the Unite. This is your voice is being converted to the other language, or it's coming through in the text. It's converting your voice to text and you read it. Just want to make sure I understand that.
Both. It does both at the same time.
Oh, okay.
It converts your voice into the other language, and it transcribes it for the other person to be able to hear it and read it.
Well, that's fabulous.
Yes, it's very great. And if you go look at the demo, we have a demo up on the LetzChat of, and I'll post it. The Unite demo is, we have the demo of how the product works. It's really cool.
Thanks.
I'll post it in the Facebook group, in the Better Income Facebook. I'll post the demo video of Unite. All right, last question, Karen. You're closing us out, so make it a really, really good one.
Okay, so I work with a lot of entertainment companies, and they have like over 5,000 employees. If they got LetzChat, the Unite, is it for every computer, each person gets it, or is it for their website? Because they get a lot of hits too for jobs and things like that. So
I will tell you the number one service request we get with all the big Fortune 500 companies we work with, their immediate need is in-house communications with their staff, their training, their employee documentation.
Yes.
When we work with a company like that, we end up usually doing everything for them. So we have the ability to translate all of their employee training manuals, their employment contracts. We have employment training tools that they have when they have in-person employee training. We can do all the live communications on site. It's a full package that we put together for HR for that situation.
Yes, because I work in HR, so that's why I was asking. So, and I was just wondering, because we have also lots of different divisions.
Yep.
And I was just wondering, would it be charged for that, but you just said you put a package for the whole?
Depending on the services, yeah, depending on what services they use, that would be probably an enterprise level or a corporate level deal where we're offering our services across all divisions, right? And each division would, may have their own accounts and have their own, access to, we would set up an account for each division to be able to access all of our tools when they need it. So if they had an employment contract they needed just translated real quick, they could just upload it on their own account. If they had a conversation to have in person, if they wanted to do an employee training video and have it translated into 10 languages, they could just upload it, pick the languages and download it and send it out. We set all that up and we do like hands-on training with companies when we onboard them.
Cool, that sounds good. Okay,
so I would submit the company through the Better, right? So submit them as a business. Okay. And we would set up a discovery call with whoever needs to be on the call. And we would go over all the services and offerings and how it would work and how it would roll out with them across all their different verticals.
Okay, that sounds good. And one other question, my son is a principal at a school. Would the website, if they got the LetzChat, he works for the inner city schools.
Yes.
Is it each school gets a different website? Gets the Unite, or how would that work?
So the Unite product would be like for a teacher to have in a classroom.
Okay.
So what we would do, and we're working on it, we just did a whole big deal with Oakland Unified School District up in California.
Uh-huh.
And they bought 100 Unite accounts.
Okay.
So they bought 100 accounts. We gave them a discount for them to have and share around all their teachers to use when they're talking to classrooms, right? So the Unite product is for in-person stuff. When it came to their actual website, most school districts have the same domain name. So one district would still be across the board for all the schools in that district, would fall under just one account. But when you get into like, that school also has an athletics website and they have a band website, right? And they have all these other entities. All of those other websites would be additional accounts for the plugin.
Okay.
So we would go to a school district and again, we would work a deal and say, hey, okay, you guys have, as a school district, you guys have 50 websites. We'll sit on all 50 of those websites for X amount of price and this amount of discount, yada, yada, right? So that's how it would work with, that's how we're rolling out with a school district package because their budgets are tight. Mm-hmm. But again, adding LetzChat for their students and parents and people who don't speak English to engage also helps them generate more, bring them more money, bring them more grant money, especially if it affects and you can improve this students testing, right? So it's a catch-22 when it comes to, you know, hey, if you add this, we don't have the money to add it now, but if we add it and it works, we'll get more money, right? So it's we're playing that game, and every school district has a different situation around their budget.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much.
All right, everybody. Well, this is being recorded. I will send this out, and thank you again. We should probably do this again because it seems like we got a lot of really great questions and want to make sure we're giving you guys all the proper information to be successful. So thank you all for your time, and have a great Labor Day weekend, and we will talk to you in the near future.
Thank you very much.